and perhaps spoke about this yesterday. This is Google's autonomous car. In the front seat's Larry. In the back is Sergey Brin. And Eric Schmidt, the chairman, is in the back. And this is a robot that drives autonomously down the streets. And this is near Stanford University. And these robots have gone over 500,000 miles in these cars. These cars, I've driven in it. After a few minutes, you feel very relaxed. And the car drives itself. Every major car company on the planet has announced intentions to create autonomous cars. So I have kids that are 2.5-year-old, twin boys. By the time they're 18, they will not be driving. They'll be driving in autonomous cars. In California, we talk about high-speed trains connecting up and down the coast. What a waste of money. It's ridiculous to, instead we will have autonomous cars driving up and down the coast. So look at what that autonomous car is seeing. This is the sensors. On top of the car is a LiDAR, a laser imaging radar that's got 60 eye-safe lasers whizzing around, generating 750 megabytes of data per second. That one car is seeing everything going on. It's seeing an accident occurring. It's seeing a person being pickpocketed. It's seeing a squirrel cross the street. There is nothing going on there that car is not seeing. That car is absorbing information and data from around it. Now, imagine not one of these cars, but millions of these cars on the roads throughout MENA, Europe, US. There will be nothing going on the streets that are not being seen by technology. I want to hit that again. There is nothing going on in any of these streets that these cars are not imaging. If we have autonomous cars, we have ubiquitous knowledge of what's going on at every street corner. But of course, that's not the only thing. In the next 5 years, there will be 5 private orbital constellations being launched. Planet Labs is one, Skybox is another, and there are 3 others I can't speak of. And these are going to have constant imaging over the planet everywhere. If you want to know what a company's competitor is doing, you have live high-resolution images of the productions coming into and out of their factories, looking at what's going on. And if that's not enough, we're also going to start to see armies of quadcopters giving you centimeter resolution over every city. And if that's not enough, whatever Google Glass becomes will have millions of people walking around imaging everything. My point here is that the future we're heading into, not 50 years from now, this decade, is a future in which we're going to be able to see and know anything we want any time of day. So some insights. We're growing into a world of 1 trillion sensors. 1 trillion sensors sensing everything. Sensing the temperature in every single room, sensing vibration, noise, imaging, everything. We're going to head towards a world where you can ask any question and know anything you want, anytime you want, anywhere you want, because everything is being sensed. Is privacy ending, or is it already dead? This will drive significant changes in our government and our social systems. We're going to be reinventing how we think about privacy this next decade. Now, I'll share with you one other thing that came out in the papers 2 days ago. This is a friend of mine, Jordy Rose, who's the CEO and founder of D-Wave. D-Wave is one of the top commercial quantum computing companies. They're in Vancouver. They just sold their first D-Wave quantum computers to Lockheed and to Google. And quantum computing is interesting for a number of things, but one thing, and in this article, the NSA seeks to build quantum computers that could crack most any type of encryption. When quantum computing comes out, there will be no encryption. So we've talked about that. Let's talk about 3D printing. I had a chance to tour earlier the Museum of the Future right next door. It's beautiful. I encourage all of you to go there. And 3D printing is part of the equation. I serve on the board of the top 3D printing company, 3D Systems. And 3D printing is the ability to take and manufacture anything, one layer at a time. And so there are machines, just like regular printers, but that can print in a variety of different materials. And I'll give you an example. So this is one of the employees who's got a wrench, a metal wrench, and he takes this wrench and he scans it with the scanner. And these scanners can scan it in high resolution, and you create from the scan a million-point model of it, and then you print this layer by layer by layer. And at the end, you have, when you pull out of it, a full-size metal printed wrench that works. So this is just the beginning.